Hi. It's a shout out to our granddaughter Athena. Say
Uh,
something.
Good morning, Athena. Happy dinosaur hunting.
We're at the food pantry already, and it's 7:12 in the morning. And I'm going to give you a quick show that we're not the only ones here. And let's see, I'm going to do a flip around. Can I do a flip around on this? Oh, I can't.
Move the camera around.
Okay. No, I got to turn it around this way.
Okay.
See, I'm going to do a flip around.
Oh, okay.
Look, there's some geese going way up there. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them or not, but there. See that we get that view of the vegetable garden, the community vegetable garden here, and then see we're not the only ones, but we're here early enough that if they got like a basket of extra freebies, they'll pass them out to the early birds like us.
Yeah.
And say hi
Hey, gang. Good morning.
But whoops, I dropped you. That's my arthritis. I got arthritis. See, my hands don't, my thumb don't grab, and my fingers, they drop. They don't wrap. I can't bend them, so the thumbs don't come out or anything like that. Yeah, but we got a lot of time on our hands this morning. Being here at 7:15 in the morning or 7:12 in the morning, and they're not going to start passing out until about 9:30, between 9:30 and 10. But they go blocks and blocks around over here. The line does. So we're got nothing better to do. Might as well sit here and wait to get some groceries, and we pass on any extras we don't use, so it's not going to waste. But yep, this is our morning. And last time I went here, it was pretty good. I didn't have such a panic attack until I got home. But those things are going to happen no matter where I'm at. So I'm just lucky that was waiting for me at home and not here. But anyways, this is just a shorty right now because we're right here, and it's going to be like 3 hours. I usually play a video game on my phone, which I don't usually have with me all the time. I'm not a phone carrier. I don't like a page. I never had a pager, and I just got a cell phone about 15 years ago, and I rarely use it, and I don't get on the landline much. We weren't allowed to get on the phone when we were kids, so I just don't get on the phone anymore. And plus, I miss out on a lot if you're on the phone a lot. And then I got crossword puzzles, and I got circle the word puzzles. That keeps me busy. And plus, I got a pillow and a blanket.
I don't have it anymore. Someone stole
it. Dad's still upset because someone stole his phone at Walmart when they did his oil. So, but they all deny it. Oh, because the manager at the department said the employees didn't want a camera in that area of the shop. When that's a red flag right there. That would put you on high alert. I would have doubled down on cameras if your employees are saying, we don't like the cameras in the shop with us. Well, no, it's not your business, Bubba. You got integrity. You shouldn't be getting upset. And the way I look at it, I go, yeah, sooner or later we'll be catching your ass if I had a camera, But that's what I would have done. But, it's Walmart. What can I say? All right. I mentioned a company name, so this probably won't get posted too much, but I'm letting you know. We don't think too highly of Walmart. We get overcharged all the time. You have to always look at your receipt because that's where the thief comes in. They double dip on they will double scan and your money's on there, and then get a copy of your receipt and say it was double charged, but you already paid for it. You see, you walked out the door paying for 2 instead of 1. And then they get a copy of your receipt. They take it and then they're in cahoots with someone at the customer service, because customer service is usually connected. See, I've been in retail for over 40 years, so I know what I'm talking about, these things. So the customer service is usually connected. So when they take the receipt, they go to the customer service and said that there was an overring, and or they are in cahoots with the manager or the lead that's on the floor, and they will refund that overring and put it in their pocket. And that's what they usually do with the overcharges. And we've had them as high as $20. And I go, oh my goodness, And I read my receipts, I want to make sure I'm getting everything I got on there too, because sometimes they'll push something they have underneath the counter and then make a copy of your receipt. And then they'll take that item after you leave and with that copy of the receipt and return that item at the customer service desk and probably at another store, or even usually at that customer service desk, so.
And it can happen at any store.
And that can happen at any store. But, it all depends on the security. Oh, yeah, here's another one. And we've seen someone get nabbed at Walmart. That's so funny. And I was walking out the door, and I seen this gentleman, the dark-skinned gentleman with gridlocks and everything. He's a big guy. And he's thin, he's shaped, but he's not skinny. He's he's the right weight for his height. And anyways, he was in front of me, and I could tell that was a gentleman next to him walking with him going out the door that was wearing a blue shirt, like a Walmart color shirt, walking with him out the door in front of me while I'm going out the door. And we have to cross the drive in front of the store to get to the parking lot. And of course, I'm parked in the handicap, so I'm parked right on the end. And we're facing where they are coming across the street too. So when I got back in the car, I just sat there, and they get to the catty corner from where we're at. It was like a movie theater. You just sitting there and watching it all play out. And it was so funny because he's got this pointer like this. It was a pointer sticking out of the middle of his shirt. Well, I mean, not sticking out, but it was under the shirt, poking out, and it was in the middle of his shirt. It just was poking out. It was from the waistband, And he said, and the police officer was right there outside that doorway when he went out, and he was right behind them when they crossed the street, that park drive there. And when they got to that catty corner, they all three was right there at the catty corner and got in the car. And he said, "Oh, I ain't got nothing. And they said, "Lift your shirt," because that thing's just poking out like that far, like my finger, that far from just sticking out like that. and he raised it up and pulled that out. And they nabbed his wrist real quick. And I mean, it was lickety-splitty. They just nabbed that wrist and flipped it in behind him and handcuffed him, and he didn't have a chance to think twice. They didn't go right back in the door. No, they go across the whole front of Walmart and come in on the other side. It was so, I go, why, that was really good. We like that. And then Earl and I, we seen a car that we go, oh, we're sitting right next to a police car at a stoplight. Okay. And a car in front of the police car turns, because they're in the turn lane for the left-hand turn. And he goes into the turn. He turns when the light was blinking yellow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was blinking yellow. And he turned and kind of cut in front of these other cars getting ready to come this way. But it's yellow is caution. You got to be careful, when you got cars coming the other way. It's you that got to yield. And so he just went ahead and turned. That car did, and no turn signal. Oh, I know where it was at. It was at 4th and K32 in Edwardsville. They were going northbound on 4th Street. And I mean, you don't mess around with those Edwardsville cops. They don't have anything better to do but nab you. And that car just turned around and he sped down that street. Well, that cop gave the courtesy, and the cars allowed the cop to go ahead. The cop turned on his light and he went around, and it just so happened that a school bus was stopped at the end in the middle of the street down the road, and that car got right up to the rear end of that school bus, and that police car had its lights on going all the way going up north on 4th Street and caught that car. That was another exciting to see, get 2 nabs like that within a week. Oh my, we seen car wrecks, we seen the police cars gabbing people, and people getting nabbed at Walmart for shoplifting, and this has been an exciting summer. Well, tomorrow I'm going to get my audio done. Well, I did my audio check for my ears last week. I talked to my doctor and I told her that I was having problems with getting woozy, and I said, I think my equilibrium's messed up because I've had vertigo so many times, so many bouts of vertigo. And they were serious ones, where they had to fling you back in the bed and knock that crystal away from your ear canal hairs, And so I said, but I told her when she was checking my ears, they're different. This is different though. I think my equilibrium's messed up because of all the times I've had vertigo. And she says, well, tell me about it. And I told her, and I had to describe it. And I says, well, it's not like I don't have a problem sitting up. I could sit up in bed and everything like that. But it's when I take a few steps and then I get the woozy and I get dizzy. And I said, I just can't, I get to where I got to hang on to something. And it's preventing me from doing a lot of things around my house because I can't get my kitchen done. I want to get my kitchen done before Thanksgiving. I have Thanksgiving at my house, and my daughter has Christmas at her house. And so the Thanksgiving dinner, I'd like to have that kitchen done by then. But I can't bend over or get, I can't exert myself. So she's telling me that might be because of my depression medicine, my sleeping medicine, and my sweat medicine being added on to all these other meds I'm taking, because you've seen in one of my other videos all the other pills I'm taking, that could be disrupting my blood pressure. And so I'm going in tomorrow, and I have an ENT as well, so I'm going in tomorrow, and they're going to run tests on me tomorrow. And I don't know. See, I got tinnitus. Well, I got that ringing in the ears. I've had it for over 40 years in both of my ears. And so sometimes the pitch is so high that I can't hear anyone. But it's chirping. It could be chirping or it can be a ring. And, so it can be annoying sometimes. But I don't know if that has anything to do with blood pressure, because if that's it, I've had low blood pressure, not high blood pressure. My husband has the high blood pressure. He goes in for one thing at the doctors, they rush him to the hospital because of a blood pressure thing. But he's always had that issue, and I've always had the low blood pressure issue. So I don't know what's going on until tomorrow. And so I'm going to end it now, and I'll say something. What? Okay, Earl wants to say something.
If you have any issues with the age discrimination, always leave a comment, and I'll do some research for you. I used to do that for the federal government.
But he can't do anything legal for you. He can just do research if you need it, okay? Right. So But you got to leave a comment because we both use this video station or channel or whatever.